You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Y&R fans, we have got to discuss the strange thing that Cole Howard just said and whether he was predicting his own death on the CBS soap opera. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and when I heard what he said, it got me to thinking that he might be pushing up daisies by the end of February sweeps. Please click subscribe if you haven't, and now let's dive right into this. So, we have Cole Howard back in Genoa City. He first came on the show as the son of Eve Howard. She was this former crazy secretary / lover of Victor Newman's, who was certain that Victor was the father of her son, Cole. And it got even crazier when Cole came back to town as an adult. He came to work, I think, on the ranch, and then he had a fling with Nikki Newman. And then he later married Victoria. When Victor came back to town and heard about that, he freaked out. He made them get the marriage annulled. It later came out he was not the son of Victor and Eve, but of some other guy. They even dug up Eve's body to test the DNA. That's how worried they were. And he and Vicky remarried once they found out they weren't siblings, but things eventually fell apart, as they do on soaps, and Cole wound up with Ashley for a while, and then he was gone off the soap entirely by 1991. And if you didn't know it, Victoria gave birth to their daughter Eve Nicole Howard, I think in 98, late 98. She was definitely dead by early 99, but I think it was all right at the end of the year there. I don't know the dates right off the top of my head. They were told she died shortly after birth. So it was indeed a blast from the past when they brought Claire back to life and then brought Cole back in 2023. Young and the Restless head writer Josh Griffith did a total retcon by reviving Claire and having her back with a vengeance with her great aunt, Eve's sister Jordan, who did not exist in the past. She is also a retcon. She was never a character before on Young and the Restless. And from the time we first saw Cole at the lake house in Oregon, he's not had a ton of episodes, 25, maybe 26 at the time you're listening to this. He's usually seen, chatting with Victoria, but he's not flirting with her, canoodling with her. He chats with their daughter, but he really hasn't put down meaningful roots in Genoa City, and they just haven't used him a lot. I feel like they're keeping Eddie Peck's character around and just present enough for the head writer to think it's going to be a big, shocking moment in sweeps if his Aunt Jordan kills him as part of her insane revenge plan on the Newmans. I could definitely see Cole sacrificing himself to save Claire from his aunt. So here's what Cole said the other day that started me thinking this at all. Me thinking the writing is on the wall and there's a body bag with his name on it. So the last time we saw Cole, it was roughly a week ago, February 6th. He talked to Victoria about his crazy aunt's apparent fiery jailbreak. And here's what Cole said: "As long as there's breath in my body, I will never let her hurt our daughter." To me, those words felt like foreshadowing for certain. We do know that Jordan's out of jail. She burned it down to get away, I assume in a fit of rage after Claire hung up on her and then blocked her from reaching her again. Next week, a little girl in the psych ward visits Claire. I wonder if she is delivering a message from Claire's psycho great auntie. No doubt, Jordan is on her way back to Genoa City if she's not already in town by now. She has been limiting her terroristic activities to sketchy phone calls to Claire and also to Nikki, but I suspect soon Jordan gets up close and personal and hands-on with her revenge activities. Spoilers for Thursday the 15th have Jordan finding a new way to get to and torment Nikki. So this all seems to set the stage for Jordan's endgame in sweeps, but the question is, would she kill her own nephew? Maybe. I mean, she had Claire conk him on the head and had him trapped with the Newmans at the lake house from hell. But also remember what Cole said. He'd protect Claire with the last breath left in his body. I could see Jordan targeting Nikki, Claire trying to protect her grandma, and then Cole protecting Claire and winding up the one that Jordan kills. We have 12 episodes of February Sweeps left and lots of action to come. February Sweeps usually comes with something big: a birth, a death, a miscarriage, an affair, a murder, mystery, something like that. You guys know. And a villain death is often part of that. And that comes usually after they have done something really catastrophic, oftentimes killing someone or nearly killing someone. But it's a very hard thing to pick and choose a front burner character to kill off on a soap opera. When they have serial killers on some of the other soaps, they bring in like extras and they kill them off. And then maybe they kill one actual person who's around because they don't want, unless it's like a really bloated cast and they want to cull it. And then sometimes the serial killers do take out more. But Y&R is not a big serial killer type of show. And certainly none of the Newmans are going to be killed. Neither are any of the Abbotts. Even Claire, who's half Newman, she should survive this just fine. They did not hire an actor as amazing as Hayley Erin to play Claire only to kill her off. I suspect if anyone dies during February Sweeps, it's gonna be Cole Howard. And I think it'll be him throwing down his life to protect those he cares about. And I think that's what his dialogue was about the other day. I feel like if J. Eddie Peck's character was intended to survive this whole Jordan Reign of Terror thing, they would be doing more with Cole Howard. They'd have him, flirting with Victoria, maybe even hitting the sheets together. They would have him overlapping with more characters that he knows in Genoa City. He basically has seen the Newmans, one scene with Ashley, and that's it. He knows people in town, but they're not putting him in scenes with him. And for that reason, because they're not expanding his footprint in town on the CBS soap, that says to me he is disposable to them, and therefore also disposable to fans. I mean, a lot of viewers didn't remember him at all, or they barely remembered him. That's part of the problem, though. If we're not invested in Cole because they didn't use him more, why would we be devastated if he died during Sweeps? You got to make us love a character before we can mourn them. And that means we need to see them, get emotionally invested, and give 2 cents about whether they live or die. So far, I'm lukewarm on Cole. I don't like or dislike him. And if they killed him off today, I don't think it would be that big of a deal to me. But maybe if they have Jordan kill him, it'll be a big emotional scene where father and daughter have a poignant and tearful goodbye scene before he dies, when he sacrificed himself to save her. They could kind of make up for it with a really good death scene if they are killing off Cole. We will see. For now, I just don't think Cole Howard is going to survive February Sweeps, but let me know what you think. Please drop your comments. Definitely click subscribe if you haven't already, and come back soon. As always, it is Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.